Increasing congestion and rising costs of living are eroding quality of life in many Massachusetts communities. In other parts of the Commonwealth, lack of growth and economic opportunity present equal cause for concern. How do we expand the economy in a manner that makes growth more inclusive and sustainable? The answer lies in both how we make use of our transportation infrastructure and how we build around it. Transportation infrastructure and economic development are tightly interwoven. It's not just about the act of moving people and goods. Transportation shapes the built environment, which has so much influence over how people connect, exchange, and innovate. Just look at the latest trends. Businesses are steadily moving away from office parks at highway exit ramps to locations in major cities. With innovation now the major driver of economic growth, businesses want to be in cities, both because the urban environment supports creativity and the multimodal transportation systems that converge in cities allow employers to assemble a team of talented workers all in one place. Up until now, the migration has mostly been inward to major cities, but big city business districts are filling up. For many companies, these locations are prohibitively expensive. What if our rail lines could also move people efficiently into smaller gateway cities that drive regional economies around the Commonwealth? According to new economic research, instead of major cities casting an agglomeration shadow, where all the talent and entrepreneurial activity in a metro area gets sucked into the center, making it difficult for smaller cities to compete nearby, more dynamic, bi-directional transit service could foster functional relationships, allowing gateway cities to borrow size from the likes of Boston and New York. We've already invested billions of dollars in rail corridors connecting gateway cities to Boston and New York, and gateway cities have enormous capacity to accommodate new growth in their station areas. You can get a sense of this potential by looking at the vacant lots that surround rail platforms in these cities. But to really appreciate the opportunity, you have to take into account all of the great structures in these downtown station areas that are underutilized. Fully developed, land within walking distance of a gateway city station could house at least double the number of people living and working in these station areas today. There's actually enough capacity just in the half-mile radius surrounding a dozen gateway city stations to accommodate all of the Commonwealth's job growth since 2001 and more than half the projected population growth for Massachusetts statewide through 2035. Getting growth to take hold of these locations would be enormously beneficial to the environment, helping us meet our legal obligations to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Transit-oriented development in gateway cities would almost certainly result in residential development above what we'd normally produce, supporting economic expansion and boosting state tax revenues. And, most importantly, it would be a far more balanced form of growth, both geographically and across the income distribution. Why? Because these urban centers have leverage over regional economies. If their cores are stronger, neighboring communities will benefit, and these cities are inclusive. When we create jobs within their borders, economic opportunity is far more accessible to low-income households. From Fitchburg to Springfield and Worcester to Lynn, transit-oriented development holds real promise for increasing growth, prosperity, and quality of life across the Commonwealth. The opportunity is compelling, but it will not realize itself. Collective Gateway City leadership is crucial to building support for this vision and the policies that will be necessary to deliver on the promise.